Have you ever told a lie today? Maybe you said you were fine when you weren't. Maybe you complimented someone's cooking even though it was just okay. Or maybe you told yourself you'd start the diet tomorrow, knowing full well you won't. Here's the shocking truth. Lying isn't rare. It's part of being human. And psychologists say the average person tells multiple lies every single day. But why do we lie so much even when we know honesty is valued? Today, let's decode the hidden psychology of everyday lies. From an evolutionary standpoint, lying developed as a survival tool. Early humans who could deceive enemies or even rivals within the tribe had an advantage. Imagine a hunter exaggerating his strength to avoid conflict. Deception increased survival chances. Over thousands of years, lying became wired into our social instincts. But lying isn't just about survival. Modern psychology shows that most lies aren't malicious, they're social lubricants. White lies protect feelings, maintain harmony, and avoid unnecessary conflict. When you tell your friend their haircut looks great, even if you don't like it, you're protecting the relationship. In fact, some studies show people who lie a little in these harmless ways are often more socially accepted. Still, the line between harmless and harmful is thin. Cognitive neuroscience reveals that lying lights up the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making and self-control. Every lie requires mental effort. You have to invent details, keep track of the truth, and suppress guilt. That's why lies are harder to maintain long-term. The brain gets exhausted from juggling falsehoods. Interestingly, research also shows that lies often begin small. A little exaggeration about your weekend can, over time, spiral into bigger fabrications. This is called the slippery slope effect. The more you lie, the easier it becomes, because the brain's emotional response weakens. The guilt fades, and deception feels normal. That's how fraud, infidelity, or betrayal often begin, with tiny everyday lies that snowball. But let's flip the lens. Sometimes lies are actually self-protection. Children who grow up in strict or unsafe environments often learn to lie as a coping mechanism. They hide mistakes or fabricate stories to avoid punishment. As adults, this habit can persist. Lying becomes a shield, even when the threat is no longer there. And then there's self-deception, the lies we tell ourselves. I'll only have one more cookie. I'll start exercising tomorrow. Self-deception helps us preserve self-esteem and reduce anxiety. But it also traps us in cycles of denial, blocking growth. Psychologists say the hardest lies to detect are not the ones told to others, but the ones we whisper to ourselves. So, are we doomed to be dishonest creatures? Not exactly. The key lies in awareness. When we notice our lying patterns, we can ask deeper questions. Am I lying to protect someone, to protect myself, or to manipulate? Is this lie harmless, or is it steering me away from who I want to be? And here's the paradox. While honesty is difficult, it's also liberating. Studies show people who practice radical honesty experience less stress and deeper relationships. Truth may hurt in the moment, but it builds trust and authenticity long-term. So next time you're tempted to lie, whether to yourself or someone else, pause. Ask, is this helping or hurting me? The truth might feel heavier, but it's also freeing. And hey, if this made you reflect on your own little lies, maybe it's time for one truth you can act on. Hit subscribe, give a like, and keep exploring your mind with Mind Decode. Because the truth is, you don't want to miss what's coming next.